$98.6, folks. Maybe I don't need these anymore either. Hey everybody, it's Mike Meyers. Can everybody hear me? How do I sound? Oh, you must find sounds good. Like the TB warden of 50s hospital. You got that right. Hey everybody, this is Mike Meyers reporting to you from COVID Central. That's right. Last Saturday I got laid low by the dreaded coronavirus. I thought I had ducked it all, and then whammo, it nailed me good. So, but as you can see, here it is Wednesday, and I'm already pretty much 100% recovered. I've had flu worse than this, so I'm happy. This is not the COVID that we had 2 years ago that lost so many friends and family from. So I'm glad to be back online, and good quick hello. So folks, the goal of this live stream, when I'm not coughing my head off, which I'm still doing a little bit, is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus, me, an opportunity to continue our studies on CompTIA certifications. In particular, we concentrate here on CompTIA A+, Net+, and Security+. But we're always glad to go outside of those certifications on an as-needed basis. So welcome aboard. So we start here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and we will go until 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time, or until after all the questions are answered. So sometimes we've had AMAs that are as short as 15 minutes sometimes. Now, it doesn't happen too often. But anyway, so that's the basic rules. Let's go ahead and get started in this today. I got a nice letter from the Internal Revenue Service for you guys overseas. Those are the tax man here. And basically, I have paid all my taxes perfectly, and they tell me I don't have the taxes paid perfectly. So now I'm guilty until proven innocent. So I have to submit to them copies of checks that I wrote. They have bigger guns than me, man. I always laugh when people are like, oh, it's good to pay taxes. No, it's not good to pay taxes. You pay taxes because they have bigger guns than you. And if you don't pay them, then they're going to throw you in jail. So that's just how it is. Yeah, I'm a little, did anybody notice I'm a little crabby about that? Yeah, I'm crabby. I'll survive. I deal with it all the time. So who's on? Don Odinga. Good to see you, Don. Tell what's on. Dave Rush is in. I always want to go slow at the beginning because you guys never... it always takes a little bit for people to get logged in. That's not a problem, but I don't want to do any deep dives or anything. Anyway, so basically the rules are like this. You ask me questions, I answer them. The main way to ask me questions is to type them here in the chat window. Yeah, sorry guys. That's the one symptom I still have. I'm coughing. But otherwise that, I feel really good. I should blank out the camera here for a minute. That was ugly. These glasses are permanently never going to fit me right anymore. All right. Okay. So anyway, anytime you see me looking one way or the other, it's either Dave Rush or Andrew Hutzer trying to talk to me, or either on this side, I'm looking to see if any questions are coming in. Mars Monster. Hey, Mars Monster. Wilson Kunzwana again. Good to see you. Good to see you again, Wilson. It's been a little while, brother. Don always with a good technical question at 2:01 p.m. Mike, between L2TP and IPsec, point-to-point protocol and IPsec, which is the most common and preferable for large enterprises? Neither. So, Don, why are you combining L2TP and IPsec like that, and PPP, which is super obsolete, and IPsec? Man. God, I've been thinking about, I don't even really think in those terms of what VPN. I go with solutions anymore. Like, for example, if I were to be looking at, you got to be careful what enterprise level there is no such thing as enterprise level VPN. VPN by definition is a slow downer, bottlenecker of any type of connectivity, unless it's really, really carefully handled. Most of the time, like for example, if I'm going to be using a Cisco-based solution, I don't even think about what the protocols are anymore. Not really. They're all so default anymore. We use OpenVPN here at Total Seminars quite a bit, and I don't even remember what the protocol is. I don't like IPsec. In general, I find it, especially at a manual level, ridiculously hard to configure. So if I am going to be using IPsec, 9 times out of 10 is because there's going to be something pre-configured in there. But it's interesting, Don, like you bring up L2TP, which in my opinion is dead, and pptp, which is most definitely dead. Oh, I had something funny. Wait a minute. Oh, please don't be gone. Don't be gone. It's gone. I left it at the office. I was teaching a course, and I was talking about older protocols. And Don, I know you're talking about pptp, point-to-point tunneling protocol. And I started talking about pptp in the classroom, and this lady starts laughing her head off. And I'm like, what's so funny? And she goes, I'll tell you tomorrow. And she came in, I can't believe I don't have it around here. Oh, it's so funny. She came in the next day with this little thing called PP, as in peeing, teepee, as in like an Indian teepee. And it was this little thing you put over little baby boys to keep them from PPTP. Can you also give further examples of how each work of, if possible? How they work? Don, this question is so interesting because I'm like, where did this come from? Like, Don, I'm going to extend a personal invitation. I'm going to be on the Discord channel after this today. I want to talk to you voice, okay? I don't have to look at your face, but I want to talk to you voice about this. Because what's happening here is you're probably reading some practice questions or something, and this is where it's coming from. Don't bother trying to type it in here, man, because it won't come through. But Don, let's talk about this. I will be on our Discord channel after this today, primarily to talk to Don. So hopefully you'll be there. Stitter's here. Somali's here. Oh man, look at this. The whole world's in. This is good. David Rush, guessing the Rona came from the pit bulls? Yeah, so I'm going to blame the pit bulls. Andre, we pay huge amounts of taxes here in Europe too. Not going to get into a big discussion there. It must be me, yeah, that's for sure. Hey, Mr. Mike, I finished the CompTIA book, and I'm trying to review everything, but I'm losing steam. Any advice to avoid burnout? I'm so happy to see you feeling better. Burnout's a funny thing. Usually when I find people are burning out, I discover the reason they're burning out is because they're studying like in a painful way. When I was a young man, I used to lift a lot of weight, like lifting weights. And you avoid burnout by exercising different parts of your body. And that's pretty much true for studying too. Let me I gotta grab something to drink. Where's my pptp when I need it? So usually what's going to happen is you're getting burnout because you've been pounding on port numbers, say, all right? And if that's the case, then what you start doing is stop studying port numbers for a little bit. Do anything else. Well, Mike, I really need to have the port numbers. I got to have it that way. Well, you're not having any productive work. You're burning out. So do something else. Quit studying. Go outside. Go have a beer. Go play some Half-Life or whatever people are playing these days. But that's usually when I hear the word burnout. You're studying too much, or you're studying in a hard and unpleasant way. Change the way you study. Usually the best thing I've always discovered that's fun is do it in the real world. Set up VMs and play around and have some fun. That's usually, and people are always like, well, I need a lab. I need a lab to tell me how exactly to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. In fact, if I give you a lab, I'm wasting my and yours time. Yeah, I make labs. I do. I sell them to schools and stuff, but I never feel that good about it. And the reality is that let's try something. You want to learn about HTTP, okay? So set up a web server. Well, where do I get a web server? Let me Google that for you, all right? Every copy of Windows comes with a built-in web server. Every copy of Linux doesn't necessarily have a web server, but you can easily download Apache and configure it up. Well, Mike, how do I set up a server? You just install the software on your computer. You can install IIS on your Windows computer, okay? And then you can open up a browser and type in HTTP : whack whack 127.0.0.1, hit enter, and you've got a full-blown HTTP connection going. Well, Mike, what am I going to learn from that? You're going to learn how to you can make a web page and make a basic connection. And I'm not picking on you. I just I always feel, well, let me give you a great example. I've been really starting to play with, on my own, an area I've avoided for a long time, Open Systems Intelligence, OSINT. The reason I don't like OSINT is, it's always like, oh, because this is all open source, I can find anybody's information about anybody. So I can type in Don Odinga and and I'll be able to find everything about him and what color underpants he wears and, what's his mom's name. And it's not that way. There is no lab to learn OSINT. In fact, if you try to break into the world of OSINT, you're going to hit some real barriers. And they put them there on purpose. Because if you want to be a push-button person, I got to do this, I'll push this button, and then everything will come up. You're not even going to get a job. We don't want you. I need people with passion. I need people who want to poke around. I want people who are going to try. And OSINT, man, I'll tell you, they will humble you. They will humble you. I dare you to go up to them and say, oh, show me how to do X. Because they're just going to laugh at you. Because they don't want you. See, they've got their own little priesthood going. So I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying OSINT is a good example of that. Probably the most extreme example of it I can come up with. But to me, try something and then have a problem and then contact me. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not picking on any one particular person here. I'm just, I have strong feelings about this particular topic. Sorry, the world's trying to talk to me at one time. So, I would be more interested, Don, if, and we can talk about this when I see you on the Discord channel. I'd like to see you come up with 4 different VPN solutions, and then you tell me, because a lot of them are proprietary. So, interesting. It's a good question, though. Da-da-da. Eric Killingsworth. Hold on. Well, it must be me. Let me finish up with one thing. Just keep coming back here. Well, I'll talk to you about anything. But ask questions. Show me where your passion is for IT. If you're being burnt out, tell me where the problem is. You know what I mean? Tell me where the burnout is. We'll talk about this. These are all good things. But come back. It must be me. Come back here, ask questions, try more things. Dude, if there isn't some part of this that you don't love, you're in trouble. Go be a plumber. So what I'm trying to challenge you here, it must be me. What I'm saying to you is, you tell me where your passionate areas are, or you tell me exactly where you're burning out. Mike, well, you said you're using the CompTIA book. I don't know the CompTIA book. My books have chapters in them and maybe page numbers or particular topicality. And if you're burning out on that, then let's talk about that. That I can help on. Sorry, guys, if I don't constantly pour fluids in me, I will turn into something very, very tiny. Don O'Dig Don is on a roll. He has some. How do WebSockets work? I haven't even heard that term in a long time. I'm going to do a search on WebSockets because it's been so long I don't even really remember exactly what it is. See, my problem is, Don, is I'll look at just a couple little words and then I'll suddenly remember. Bear with me a minute. Yes, I'm on Wikipedia. Oh. So WebSocket is just it's a, I don't know, Don, you're going to have to ask me more questions. I don't know where to go with this. WebSockets is an overall protocol. Almost anything we do on the internet can be argued to be a WebSocket in one way or another. It is a specific API specification, yeah, I don't. Don, the other problem I have with WebSocket, it's just simply not a topic that's covered in anything we do. So what I'm about to do is say, I'll do an entire course on it, but I can't, Don, I can't, because it's super broad. Don, you and I need to talk. I'm not going to answer any more of your questions until we talk. I want to know where your brain is, Don, and I want to know how I can help. I don't think I'm helping you by just making quick responses like this, which is cool. Eric Killingsworth, good Lord. Mike, this is the Android users who are months behind in patches. You don't have much choice. You can't really patch, especially if you're sitting on a manufacturer holdup like that. There's not much you can do. I mean, unless you're really ready to go crazy and, just go with like a alternative operating system or something like that. But as long as you want to stay underneath the Samsung umbrella and stuff like that, you're just going to have to do what they say. There is no way to get around it that I'm aware of. Andre, you got a cooler at your desk? Yeah, I've got a little dorm refrigerator I keep here just for many, many Gatorades. Don, you got me thinking now, man. I'm looking forward to talking with you in a little bit. All right. Suitor, drink beer. Man, I got to tell you, I've been off the booze here since Saturday when I got sick. Also mentioned I've lost 6 pounds since Saturday, too. So, it's all good. It's not Gino, Master Mike Meyers. That's me. Alex with an underscore. Hey, Mike, I just passed my 1002. Now IPsec certified. Well done, Alex. Love it, man. Any tips on employment here in ATX? Are you talking Austin? Mike, do you mean Austin, Texas? Stick your hand out the window and wave and say, I want a job. Seriously. Alex, if you're having... First of all, I don't know what ATX is. I'll assume if you're in Austin, Texas, work there is super easy. Send me a resume. Here, let's do this while we're talking about it. Go ahead, send me a resume. Send it to the michaelm@totalsim.com, and I might be able to help you out. ATX is Austin, Texas. Thank you, Dave. I wasn't sure. And send me a resume. Let's see what we can do for you, man. You do have a resume. You have already got into LinkedIn, and you've got that all set up, and da-da-da-da-da. Alex, what I'm glad to hear is that you're looking for work and not saying, what's my next certification? Your next certification is important, but you need to get a job. Looking for questions. No, Daniel, the big announce has it's never gonna be told. I am not going to get more frustrated. There's nothing for me to tell you about, so I just have to be quiet. Oh. Don, don't develop about nervous. No, Don, it's not the first of all, it's not a noob question. You're literally trying to compare different types of VPN stacks. That's not a noob question. I'm always just curious. I want to help people learn, Don. You know what I mean? And I got to give you guys a bit of honesty here, is that I gain as much from you guys as I hope you get from me. I get a lot of insight. The one thing I will say is that the group of people we have here, while relatively small, is passionate, is technical, is pretty nerdy. We're all on the Asperger's scale to some extent around here, and that's kind of my people. And so a lot of times when you see me stumbling on a question, and Don, I do this all the time, it's more because I'm curious about the process of question answering and how learning takes place. So, but I'm not stressed. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, guys. By the way, Don, if you're not on the Discord channel already, there's a link there, folks. Please consider joining our Discord. It's a great place to hang out. It's a 24/7 place. Ooh, doesn't that sound good? It's a 24/7 kind of place, but we do tend to get on live immediately after the show, and that might be something you might want to consider. So Dave's got a link in there. Also, Dave Rush, we're not even sure that the announcement is going to be made on June 6th. Dave, I was in a meeting today. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. It's very cool, but it's so anticlimactic now almost. Also, do keep in mind that just because you're nice enough to show up, you get 50% off any combination of ebook and any combination of ebook and practice question. Now, this is a big deal. I always tell people you need 3 things to pass any certification exam. You need instruction, which is going to be instructor-led or videos. You're going to need reference, which is going to be a book, and you need to challenge yourself, and that's through practice questions. So we provide 50% off a combination of ebook and practice questions. So let's say you want to take Network Plus. Just over to our website, www.totalsem.com, and head over to our merchant area and grab a copy of a Network Plus ebook. There's ebooks. And then grab a copy of the Network Plus Total Tester. So you grab an ebook and a total tester, and then, ta-da! Just before you check out, use the code HIRES, HIRES, and you get 50% off of what's already about the cheapest out there. I mean, good Lord. It's an amazing deal, and it's not Net Plus, A Plus, security, whatever you need. We've got them all for you. You pick what you want, and it's there. Lori Riggins, please like the video continued learners. Lori, I like the video continued learners. I don't know what that is, but I liked them. Eric Killingsworth at 219. Also, how in depth does CompTIA go on security frameworks like the Lockheed Martin kill chain and MITRE? At a Security Plus level, just know what they are. That's it. Yeah, no, nothing gritty. No, not for Security Plus. Teacher Russell, good Lord. Well, I'm also sitting in front of a teal love seat. Mike, in the background, is that the only album you ever cut? No. back when I was a little bit more ambitious, I used to get on the road and do stuff. I got tons of these old posters laying around. Yeah, me with hair, huh? Da, 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 da. Hang on. Teacher Russell wants SLA versus So, Teacher Russell, I think we have a great video on that here in right in here that covers all that different stuff. I don't mind. It's just we've got a really good video on it here. Dave, can you help us out there? Where we did, it was business documentation. I think we did it about a little over a year ago. But it really goes through all that stuff in great detail. And please check that out, Teacher Russell. I think you'll really like it. Cosmic ATT. Cosmicat. Hello. I'm currently a flight attendant. All right, looking to make a career change. That said, I have a customer service experience, but my only IT credentials will be made hopefully by the end of June. One of the first things I'm going to tell you is that as a flight attendant, you might want to consider looking into the IT world of aviation. There's a lot of IT in aviation, a phenomenal amount of IT in aviation. And you've been, as a flight attendant, you've been using it for your, what do you call that, the job car, where you try to get the flights you want? The pick list, the job list? I don't remember the term in aviation. That's all computerized. And especially because of your experience as a flight attendant, you might find it very easy to find jobs in the IT world. I'm not saying necessarily for your airlines. Look at all the vendors. Come on, every time you got up and walked around in that 737 or whatever you were in, there's all kinds of vendors of all kinds of IT products that their name was up there, and you looked at them every day. And you need to, don't throw away your flight attendant experience. You don't want to be a flight attendant anymore, fine. But don't give away that experience. There's so many people I see when they're looking for a new work, they're like, oh, I'm going to start at the bottom. You don't have to. Use your experience in aviation. Look around. Think about what you were doing there. You'll be shocked how easy it would be to find work in an area that you already have some expertise. But instead of sitting on an airplane waiting for it to take off so you can get paid, you can work a regular 9 to 5. Oh God, TD Washington, giving away my stuff. That's all right. Total Seminars Udemy courses are on sale. $9.99, $13.99. Jesus, that's so cheap. Cosmic, how will this affect my job search? Oh, because your IT credentials only A+? It's not going to affect it at all. Go get a job. You know, don't be self-limiting. There's tons of entry-level jobs out there. Just get in there and start going for them. You'll be doing good. Hang on a minute. Eric Killingworth. And this one is probably the last question for me. I like computers, dislike people. Isn't that ironic? From your career, what are your tips on overcoming the people problem and keeping the passion for the craft? Stay away from people. There's a lot of work in IT that you really don't have to deal much with human beings. Data center type work, depot work where computers are brought to you and you fix them. There's, software development. There's a lot of places that, and you don't, you don't really have to deal with people. Find things that, keep you to yourself, and you'll be fine. Stay out of sales. All right. So Dave Rush is telling me we did not do an SLA, SOW course. Well, I could give you a quick answer. Let me at least answer the question. So when we're talking about SLA, a service level agreement, what we're talking about is it kind of sets up like just the most broad goals of what you're trying to do. A statement of work, an SOW, now that's going to be real specific about what wants to be done, things like that. So an SLA is going to have like, what's your uptime goals, what your response times are, but the statement of work says what you'll be doing. So SOW is going to have, Dave put up a great example here for me, you must patch all the routers every 60 days or something. And that's really the only big difference between the two. Thank you for bailing me out there, Dave. Oh. Okay, it's already 2:31. Ali, will employers in the U.S. hire CompTIA A+ certified techs from different countries providing visa sponsorship? Some, yes. They won't advertise who does and who doesn't. Trying to get into the U.S. with just an A+ is tricky. But yeah, the old 503C days are pretty much over. The only thing I'm actually see coming in the U.S. these days are going to be people from overseas with like master's degrees in computer science, and they're so desperate to get over to the States that they'll take tech repair jobs. Why does everybody want to come to the U.S. so much? Go to the Netherlands. It's a great place. Andre's there. He loves it. Yeah, it is. That's an interesting topic here for the United States these days. I heard an interesting statistic. I haven't backed it up yet. That's like half of all the immigrants on Earth every year are people trying just to get in the United States. Are we that good? Is America that great? I mean, those of you who are not from the United States, can you see, for someone who lives in the United States, I always find that surprising because I thought Denmark was the place to go. I thought the Nordic countries were the amazing place to be. I thought everybody wanted to live in Germany or Switzerland, but everybody wants to come to the United States. I just think that's interesting. I don't know why that is. Maybe you guys from overseas can give me some insight. It's the problem with not understanding immigration in the United States is that if you're in the United States, you become naive as to what's really happening out in the world. So maybe you guys can give me some insight. Jeff M. at 228. Are the CompTIA exam questions as tricky as the ones in the book? No. So I'm still averaging only 60 or 70%. So Jeff, I got to be careful. I don't know what you say, the ones in the book. I don't know what book you're talking about. Are you talking about a book that I've written? Are you talking about A+, Net+, Security+? Can you give me the title of the book that you're looking at? You got to be real specific with me. Like when I write an A+ book, it gets turned into about 4 different products. So, and there's different questions at the end, and that's why I need to know that type of stuff. I don't try to make my questions that much harder, maybe a little bit harder than the actual CompTIA exams, and even that's just a matter of opinion. The big problem I run into people when I start seeing that they keep getting the same score is that you're not actually reading the question, or you've seen the question so many times, you keep answering it in a certain way, which is probably wrong. I wish I knew what questions you were talking about. Are the end of chapter questions from the Managing and Troubleshooting PC book? Are we talking about the 10 questions at the end of each chapter of the A plus all in one? Or are we even talking about A plus? Jeff, give me a few more answers and I'll give you a better answer on that. Okay, so Guru Chaz has got this is from 2:30. Wow, I'm only 5 minutes behind. This is great. I have a friend that is in the process of leaving non-technical oil and gas industry for IT. Okay. His interest is in network hardware and cybersecurity, and he's about to start from the very beginning with A+ after working a different job for 12 years. What advice can you give him as he passes through this process? He wants to obtain an IT position as soon as possible. Girl, does he have a college degree? Does he have a high school diploma? What kind of job was he working at in the oil and gas field? And look, don't tell me, because I don't know how to answer this. When you see somebody who's looking for a retraining position, a lot of times they may not, and I'm losing money by saying this, they may not even need any certification to at least get their foot in the door. The demand for IT security right now is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And anybody who's showing up that they can breathe in and out and act halfway competent and are willing to fight through a couple of hoops, you don't even need to be on this channel. Just go get on LinkedIn and do a little research and do some searches for entry-level IT security, or at least entry-level IT, and don't be intimidated, because you're going to see some employer in there, they're going to go, oh, entry-level IT must have 2 years experience. They know what they're doing. They're trying to scare off the weak and cowardly people. When they do stuff to you like that, just go like that and apply for the job, because they want gutsy people. They want passionate people. I just get a little frustrated, and this is because I've been at this for 40 years, and and I'm not saying you're doing that. You're not doing that. I'm not even picking on your buddy here, Guru Shaz. What I'm talking about is I just got nailed with this kid before the AMA, and he kind of brought me down. And it's a young person, under 18, and this young person asked for my help, and I had missed them a few times, and I felt bad, and so I gave him my cell phone number, and this person contacts me at 2:30 in the morning. That's okay. You know what? It's still passion, but I'm sick, and I just couldn't help him, and I was just like, dude, I got to go to sleep. Call me in the morning. And then he calls me this morning, he goes, I'm too tired. Can you believe that stuff? It's unreal. Anyway, when someone's doing corporate retraining, the most important thing they can do is understand that whatever they were learning out in the oil patch, and I don't care if they were swinging chains, we know oil down here in Texas. You're surrounded by technology. You see the brand names on the oil well logging truck. You see the brand names on the vending machine that everybody's throwing all their dollar bills into. And you start making a point to memorize that stuff, and you just contact these companies. You just contact them. You go, hey, I need a job. And especially in today's market, right now, I have never seen more people who don't want to work in the history of my life. I've never seen it. So anybody like you who's willing to get out there and hustle, you're going to get work. You're going to get work, and you're probably going to get fairly good work. Even 2 years ago, I was telling people to start at, $10, $12 an hour. People are starting now at $18, $20 an hour because people are so desperate for work. You can go to McDonald's and make $16 an hour. The biggest mistake people make in these types of markets is that they don't grab a job as fast as possible. Because I need to warn you guys, this won't last forever. All we need is one good turn down on the economy. Folks, I've lived through so many recessions, it doesn't even matter anymore. But you get your foot in the door someplace, and you start getting a little income, and you move around, and you move up quickly. It's very common for somebody to have 2 or 3 jobs in their first year to 18 months. It's okay. But get yourself established. Don't be picky about work right now. I'm literally telling you guys, I make my money, I pay my mortgage by selling IT training. And we're in a world that is so desperate for work right now. Have bilateral symmetry, inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, show a little passion, show a little integrity. There's all kinds of entry-level jobs. There's all kinds. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I do that. I'm a little crabby. So you want to live in Austin, Texas? I like to visit Austin, Texas. Good music. There's so many people moving to Houston, Texas these days, and they all have California license plates. Did I just giggle? Sorry. It kind of makes me happy to know that California is actually losing congressmen because people are moving out so fast. Anyway, Austin's a great town. I tell people Houston's just a bunch of right-wingers and we're terrible. We don't... I'm not going to tell them that Houston is literally the most diverse city in the world. It's got the best restaurants of any city in the world. The lowest cost of living of any city in the world. Nah, it's a terrible place. Bunch of rednecks. Yeehaw! Don't come to Houston. Nobody speaks freaky deaky Dutch, that's for sure. All right. Kimber Parker, books, books, books. Books, books, books. The all-in-one is all you need. Thank you, Jeff. The 10 questions all-in-one plus. Okay, Jeff, thank you for answering that. Jeff, you need to ignore those. And you need to spend some money. All right, Jeff, get some practice questions from me. And better yet, get them from somebody else, too. Those questions at the end they're a good way to challenge yourself for the chapter, but Jeff, you need to spend more money. I'm sorry, man. Here's where I get my money back. You need to buy practice questions. And to that end, let's go ahead and give away some questions because we only got about 15 more minutes. You guys ready? Let's have a competition. Now I could I need to find a mute button whenever I start hacking up a lung like that. All right, so we're going to have a competition. What we're going to do is we are competing. I'm going to give away 2 sets of 90-day access to the practice questions of your choice. Jeff, you need to be competing for this, man. All right? So these are the Total Seminars Total Tester, which are the big bank of practice questions. So, Jeff, there are hundreds and hundreds of questions in these, and these are for you to practice. Remember, 3 things to pass any certification: instruction, reference, and then testing. And we're covering the testing one. So we're going to give away 2 90-day access. A+, Net+, Security+, CASP, I don't care. Anything that's in the Total Seminars library, you are going to have 90 days of free access to. So, let's have a fun competition. You guys ready? Now, here's how you do the competition. I'm going to say something, and then you type it into the chat window. And the first 2 people who answer this question to my satisfaction are going to win. Now I got to think of a question. Okay, I got it. I want you have to write down. So everybody gets to answer this once, so get it right, okay? I need you to write down 3 different types of protocols used by VPNs. Hell, we even named a few already. Really, just type it in right now. The first 2 people who successfully and accurately can type in 3 protocols used by VPNs is going to win 90-day free access. Go! No, Don, come on. Don, you literally... Okay. We only have one winner so far. In fact, I'm going to make it 3. Sarah, type it in again. OpenVPN is not a protocol. We're going to make 3 winners. All right, I think we got some people in here. All right. Whew. Dave Rush is like, what have you done, Mike Meyers? All right, so I'm going to pick 3 people. H1B, that's right. Thank you, Dave. I was confusing that earlier for overseas folks coming to the States. All right, so I'm going to pick the winners. First winner is Eric Killingsworth. Congratulations to you, Eric. Eric said IPsec, SSTP, and L2TP. Ollie, you got a big typo in there, man. I can't let you do it. Vegas Brent. Yeah, I'd have let you get away with HTTPS. David Klein, IPsec, L2TP, pptp. David, you're the winner number 2. Well done. Ken, I'm not familiar that Satori is actually a protocol, so I'm gonna have to skip that one. And Mohammed, nope, you only gave me 2. David Zientra, pptp, IPsec, pass. And David Sullivan, who gave me more than 2, so we'll give you the winner. Okay, so one more time. Dave Rush, who are the winners? It was Eric Killingsworth, Daniel Klein, and David Sullivan. Somebody needs to write that down because I am... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, all right. Shoot. Dave is going to give it to Ali, even though he typed it out pptp, but he's going to give him the typo. So, Dave, we're going to give away 4 today, all right? So we're going to give it to Eric, Ali, Daniel, and David Sullivan. I'm giving away 4 90-day accesses today, and we've only got like 50 people on. Just show up. You get free stuff here, kids. All right. So, to the 4 winners, congratulations. Now, in order to get your stuff, you got to jump through a couple of hoops here. Number 1, you have to send my buddy Dave Rush an email, okay? You have to send it to daver@total7.com. In that email, you have to put in your YouTube name. You have to put in your email address in the body of the email, and then tell Dave which exam you want. So, congratulations for y'all. You've done an absolutely amazing job. We had some other close ones. I am, Ali, you owe Dave Rush a thank you because I wasn't going to let you get away with that typo, but Dave let you get away with it. Hey, guys, if you didn't win, it's no big deal. Just come back. We do this 3 times a week, and you're always welcome to join us. Be sure to just let Dave Rush for you winners. Just make sure Dave Rush gets your email. If you don't send us an email, you don't win. And you can't wait 3 months, okay? We ought to set a deadline, Dave. Like if they don't send an email in like that day or something like that. Honestly, we probably should do something like that. Okay. Yeah, so basically, hey Dave Rush, let's make a rule. If they don't send you an email within a week, man, we should just say that day. We should just say that day. I don't know. Dave says 2 weeks. All right, 2 weeks it is, man, brother. Dave, you're the one who's kind enough to take care of that stuff, so we're going to let you go ahead and get away with that. So congratulations to our 4 winners today. Guys, do keep in mind, Cosmic ATT, how much longer will the LinkedIn learning sessions be free? We don't know. I didn't have a choice in that, you know. LinkedIn kind of said, we're giving your stuff away, Mike. Yeah, so if you get on LinkedIn, I'm surprised it's still free. I thought that was over by now. But I don't know. David J. Sullivan, email within the hour. Ollie says thank you, Dave, if you didn't see it. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up a few minutes early. My throat is gone. Remember that this Friday you're going to have Dave Rush's AMA, DRAMA, or drama. Dave's going to be doing logging today on Friday. It's right here at the Total Seminars channel on YouTube. I got to tell you, I may watch that. I'm weak in logging, especially on Linux systems. Dave, are you going to be doing syslog in there, or kind of have to? I'm assuming. But also, Dave gives away practice questions too, guys. So keep that in mind as well. It's always a good deal. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go before my throat completely blows away. I'm going to get another Gatorade Zero in me here, and meet me on the Discord channel. I'll be there. It's 2:50 here in Houston. Give me about 10 minutes, and I will be on there. Other than that, guys, I will see you on Monday. This is your Uncle Mikey saying bye-bye. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.